Hello everybody, welcome to a special edition of the azmetalunites show. My name is Jerry Bryant. Before we get to the actual interview today, I will be doing the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge to help raise awareness for ALS, aka Lou Gehrig's disease. It's a disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord. It's really brutal. Please donate all you can to alsa.org. The link will be in the description down below. Literally since July 29th, $94.3 million has been raised just with the Ice Bucket Challenge. That information is on their website at alsa.org. Without further ado, I guess I will do that. And I challenge my brothers Bobby and David Bryant, and my favorite guitar player in history and his brother Jason and Troy Tipton from 0 Hour and Abnormal Thought Patterns. So do it. Okay, let's do this. Hello everybody and welcome to a special edition of the azmetalunites show. This is Behind the Black Table, because we're behind the black table. Anyways, welcome to the show. Today we will be answering questions. It'll be a little get to know you azmetalunites show. But before we get to that, let me introduce you to my co-host for the show, my brother Bob. What's up? How's it going?
It's good.
Oh, nice. And my younger brother, David Bryant. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
Spectacular. Thank you.
Thanks for joining me on Behind the Black Table. So basically, we'll just get right to it. We will be shamelessly plugging our band Wrath Upon Eden, and we'll be answering questions out of here. Woo-hoo. Let's see. The first question of the day is, how was your first show and when was it? We'll go with Bob first, since you're the old one of the group.
My first show was actually incredible, and it was at this girl Kristen's house with the band Mind Pollution. We played her birthday party. It was 95, I think, and yeah, it was the first time we played. I think we played 2 original songs. The rest were covers. I remember doing "Breed" by Nirvana. We did "Glycerine" by Bush.
Good track.
Did "Seek and Destroy" by Metallica. Did just a whole handful of stuff, but one of the highlights of the show that kind of cemented us kind of as legends in our high school was I played a bass solo with Jason playing drums, and we went so long and it was so intense that after I got done, I put my bass down and took about 3 steps off the stage and I passed out. And I woke up with people pouring water on me and waking me up. And so that was Friday night. And then come Monday morning, don't interrupt my story. And then come Monday morning, the whole school was talking about it. So it was good. It was awesome. I'm sure we were horrible. But, yeah. Oh, and I remember one other thing that happens. We played the Bulls on Parade. The microphone explodes, shattered. That line that starts the show, me and Jason were both singing that line, and Jason decided to shatter the microphone in that line, and we didn't have a microphone to sing the rest of the song.
That's awesome. That's not the way to start off the first show. That was a long time ago.
Yes. Been about 600 shows since then.
Yeah. David, how about you?
Well, you were there.
I was there.
My first show was in the backyard of James Schaefer's house. It was horrible. It was cold. It sounded just awful. The cops got called. His neighbors. I don't know. It was just really bad. I didn't know what I was doing. I did this a lot with my hands.
Yeah.
I kind of just stood there.
Hair right over your face.
Hair. I was on the stage where I had hair before I cut it off. But, yeah, I mean, I remember the lyrics. I moved around like this. That was pretty much it. I mean, that's as far as I went with it. So other than that, I mean, I stressed out about it, you know.
Yeah.
I think there's still some video of that show running around YouTube.
Yeah,
somewhere.
There is,
Yeah.
and on MySpace, there's a video of burning Holocaust. Please don't watch it. Please don't watch it.
Awful. Something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, I agree. It was pretty horrible. I did move around a lot,
Yeah.
but all I really remember about it was very, very cold.
It was cool.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about there. Are there any local bands out there that influence you, Bob?
Yeah, there's a lot of local bands. I've moved around a lot, so I've been a part of quite a few different local scenes. But I always feel like I've been more influenced by other bands, you know, doing the same thing that I'm doing or that we're doing or whatever. Instead of more national bands, you know, and it's like started early on. There's a band called Dreve. My friend Brent Smith sang in it. You guys may know that Brent Smith went on to start the band Shinedown, which is a gigantic band now. That was one of the first local bands that I seen that I was like, you know, local bands can be as good as national bands, you know. You know, not all local bands are like garage bands and starting out and everything like that. So that really got me into watching local bands, and then, you know, just everywhere I've picked up stuff from other bands, you know, and they're coming out here. You know, obviously bands like Vehemence and Sigmonic were big influences on what, like, my old band Winterborn was doing. And then, just there was a lot of influence, not necessarily musical influence, but how we treated each other and how we got along and stuff with Fracture Point and Dresden and Blackened Skies. You know, we just had this like real awesome friendship, you know, that was like, it was more of a ideological influence where everybody was kind of on the same page with the local scene and everything instead of musically, although we all did share musical backgrounds in some form or another, but yeah.
What about you?
Mainly, as far as the Arizona scene goes, like Sigmonic and Composer Meat Corps, mainly because it's kind of what Bob was saying. It kind of, I don't know, those guys are just really, really good.
Yeah.
And it kind of pushes yourself as a musician to have, you know, you got to up the stakes of your band.
Yeah.
You know, in that sense. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, for me, Sigmonic, obviously, and probably Vivicide. Those guys are incredible. I love everything about those guys. Winterborn, back in the day, how much you guys promoted and played.
Yeah.
Bands like that. But yeah, those bands are the bands that influence me. But mostly right now, Vivicide. It's like every time I see them, they just blow the roof off the place.
Great band.
Kevin, amazing frontman. Dylan's great. Drew's great. Noah's. I mean, they're all really, really, really good musicians. So that would be my answer to that question.
One quick addendum to that, it goes back a little ways, but the first band I really heard of in the AZ scene that just kind of blew my socks off was Gabriel's Path.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like we were doing
Washed away.
Winterborn. We were doing Winterborn, and we felt like we had something. We were like, we're, at least competitive with the good bands around here. And then I remember getting a demo from Gabriel's Path and being like, oh no, we've got work to do.
Yeah, they're
And still to this day, one of the most impressive local bands I've ever heard.
Yeah,
Those guys are
agreed.
incredible.
Along with Exeter too. So
Yeah,
you forget a lot about the guys.
Exeter Red Tear Memory.
Yeah, definitely.
That's when Fracture Point was also coming up, so.
I think Red Tear Memory might have been the first local band that I've seen after I moved out here.
Yeah.
But we'll move on. The next question, Dave, we'll go to you first. What are your interests outside of music?
I don't really know. I mean, I'm just kind of laid back. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Diablo recently.
So video games.
Video games, but not too much. I'm a massage therapist, so I read a lot of stuff about that and try to, put it into my work and everything like that. But there's no like fine line. It's either work or play, basically. I finally got my guitar strung back up, so writing some new music. That's cool.
Nice. What about you?
Outside of music, mostly these days it's just, hanging out with my girlfriend and her son, spending time with them. That's what I try to spend most of my time doing. Outside of that, doing family stuff. Obviously, we try to spend as much time as we can together as a family and with Mom. And then I try to spend as much time as I can in the gym, working out. I have a YouTube channel documenting my weight loss progress, although I haven't been on there in months because of some stuff that's happened this year. But that's pretty much my main thing outside of music, is trying just to focus on health and everything. I also am a massage therapist. So I read a lot about like that. I have business plan ideas in my head all the time about, how to push that further and everything. So I don't know if I'd really call that a hobby, but it is something that I do outside of music.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
For me, hanging out with my pug and my fiance. I love them very much. As Bob said, spending time with the family, with Mom. Sports.
Oh yeah.
I won't get that much involved or talking about it because this whole hour will be about sports.
Football season coming up. Woo woo!
Go Broncos. And wrestling.
Lots of wrestling.
Yeah, lots and lots of wrestling. That's about it. Those are the two main things outside of music. But yeah, mostly spending time with my bug. I want to go hang out with him right now. All right, moving on. Who are your favorite songwriters? I'll go to you.
Ooh, that's a good question. Man, my favorite songwriters, I hate to take the Metallica way out, but I always felt like Metallica was never even one of my favorite bands, but I always felt like when it came to like the thrash bands, your Megadeths, your Metallica's, Testaments, Anthrax, Overkill, all these bands, that Metallica just had something that the other bands didn't when it came to writing a song. It's like all those other bands are better than Metallica, technically. At pretty much every instrument, every single one of those bands blows Metallica out of the water. But, the first, 4 or 5 Metallica albums, and even songs here or there, on some of the newer stuff, still the songwriting is like I listen to Load and hear songs like Bleeding Me and The Outlaw Torn, and I'm still like, God damn, the songwriting on this is incredible. So I'm stunned at how good of songwriters they are. Outside of that, bands like Queensryche. Queensryche's always been a huge one. Adam D, Killswitch Engage, and what's his other band?
Times of Grace.
Yes, Times of Grace.
Yeah.
Incredible songwriter. Probably one of my biggest influences as a songwriter. And Dave Mustaine, who's probably my biggest influence as a songwriter overall, specifically when it comes to lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those would be my guys.
Yeah.
What about you?
Some of the tops is definitely King Diamond. I know he writes a lot of the guitars and stuff like that too, along with the lyrics. The whole writing element there is really cool. Not so metal, but I'm quite fond of Jim Croce.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of folky, but I don't know. It's as far as songwriters go. Dallas Green.
I was just thinking that.
Stuff like that is, it's not specifically. I mean, I listen to a lot of metal, just not as much as I used to, I guess. But and of course, guys like Dave Mustaine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, you bring up stuff like that. Dallas Green, of course, who I think is one of the best songwriters in the last 30 years or so. And then Thrice, another band that I didn't bring up, that I think is, some of the best songwriters in history.
Yeah, definitely.
So sorry to talk again, but
I don't think anybody would contest
that. I just kind of overlooked those bands and forgot about it.
Definitely.
Yeah, for me, Tom McGlone from Evergrey.
Of course. Of course.
I'm a little biased, but anything Jason Tipton touches.
Yeah, Jason's awesome.
I have a soft spot for everything he touches. He's incredible. Dave Mustaine. I mean, obviously Queensryche. Yeah, there's tons and tons of bands, but those are the guys I look up to and stuff like that. And then Adam D, Jesse Leach,
Chuck Schuldiner.
Yep, I was thinking of him a minute ago.
Yeah, we were listening to Death earlier.
Yep. Death and Control Denied. But yeah, those would be my guys.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's way off topic. This isn't even about music. What are your favorite TV shows?
TV shows.
Mixing it up here on the AZ Metal Night
Game
Show.
of Thrones. Game of Thrones. I am incredibly obsessed with Game of Thrones.
Who isn't?
In fact, I would contest anybody. I would contest anybody to challenge me, thinking that they know more about Game of Thrones than me. So I've watched all 4 seasons probably about 50 times. It's not an exaggeration. I was running a bulletin board for a while that did all the fan theories and stuff and put them in one place. I've read all the books.
Okay.
I've listened to all the audios of the Games of Thrones. I've been watching Orange is the New Black recently. Yeah. It's a weird show. I'm almost all the way through the 2 seasons that are out, and I'm not quite sure if I like it or not, but I can't stop watching it.
That's how my fiance is.
It's weird. I don't like the main character. All the side characters I really like.
I like
but other than that, I don't really watch a bunch of TV. I spend a ridiculous amount of time on YouTube, but I mean, as far as TV shows like Game of Thrones and Orange is the New Black, I mean, obviously I somewhat into stuff like Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, stuff like that, but I don't watch any of those religiously. The things that I watch with a lot of passion other than those shows are stuff like baseball, football, some of the talk shows, Mike and Mike in the Morning, Monday Night Raw, stuff like that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dave.
I recently got cable for the first time in a while, so it's all, I don't know. it's new to me now, but before, when I did have cable, I was watching a lot of Sons of Anarchy and The Breaking Bad, and there was I think a Netflix original called Hemlock Grove or something like that. That was pretty cool. There's the one, what is it, American Horror Story.
Yeah.
The first season I caught that. I enjoyed it. Outside of that, I like to watch a lot of stand-up comedies, stuff like that with Comedy Central.
Yeah, I watch a ton of stand-up too.
But yeah, that's about it, really.
For me, my all-time favorite show is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh yeah, take it back.
Take it back. Fresh Prince, Family Guy, anything wrestling, anything sports. Well, the 4 major sports.
Juggernaut handball.
Soccer.
He's the juggernaut handball. No soccer, no thank you. But Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, anything on History Channel, really. This is stuff that I watch. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Most of the things I watch are sports, though.
Yeah.
And my DVR is filled with sports stuff.
I'm really excited about, you guys of course know I'm a dork with comic book and stuff like that, but
Sure.
there's, Netflix is developing a lot of new comic book stuff like Daredevil and stuff like that. In fact, I just heard that Vincent D'Onofrio just got cast as Kingpin in the Daredevil Netflix
Really?
TV show, so I'm excited about that. Like, most of those shows haven't came out yet, but I know they're doing a lot of stuff that's supposed to transfer over to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's really cool.
So I'm excited to see those shows. I don't know if they're going to be any good, but I am very excited to watch them. So
I know the Daredevil movie they cast was it Michael Clark?
Yeah. And the next question, I'll take this one first. Who are your favorite drummers? Whoever wants to play drums for us. Bob, who are your favorite drummers?
Peter Wildor from Dark King is my favorite drummer. Gene Hoglan, Richard Christie, anybody that's played for Death, pretty much.
Yeah.
Nick Benza. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My friend Jason Barnes, who
Jason sucks.
I played bands with Jason for about 20 years, and he just constantly blew me away by how talented he was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, overall, Peter Wildor is
No.
hands down, in my opinion, the best drummer on earth.
Yeah.
You?
All of the above.
Same here.
Guy from Scenic Sean,
Reinhardt.
Yeah. That guy as well. That guy's incredible.
The guy that played with Death.
He was in Death, of course.
Yeah, for me, it's pretty much the same.
No.
My guy from 0 Hour.
Oh, yeah, he's
And Abnormal Thought Patterns, another Jason Tipton project. Yeah, all those guys are absolutely incredible.
Zach from Sigma.
Zach from Sigmonic, absolutely. Yeah, and Peter Wildor. Yeah, I think you pretty much got that one covered.
I have to hold back because there's so many other drummers. And I don't want to just name 1,000 people, but
Right.
But yeah, like I said, in my opinion, Peter Wildor, Gene Hoglan, those are the cream of the crop guys.
This quite a bit of times, but David, we'll go to you first. What are some of your all-time favorite bands? I said that wrong, but
all-time favorite bands.
Yeah.
Iced Earth, Blind Guardian. I was really into power metal, as you guys know.
That you were.
Anything like that. King Diamond, hands down, will be one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Always. definitely up there. Megadeth, always back to Megadeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as metal, yeah.
You?
Favorite band of all time is Megadeth, followed closely by Darkane. Other than that, other favorite bands, Testament, Death, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't care how cliche it is, Go Switch Engage. It's a band that just I can listen to anytime, you know, any album, anytime, anywhere. I just love their stuff. Queensryche. Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, outside of that, this is going to be really off metal topic, but I've got to mention that I do love Kelly Clarkson, and I listen to her a lot. She's just
That's so not metal.
she's just a vocalist that I love and I have to listen to all the time.
This is a metal show.
So I
They're
like
metal.
that.
We don't like anything outside of metal.
Yeah.
I like that with like Johnny Cash and Elvis.
Yeah.
Sounds
So,
record boy.
so what about you? You're a King Prey fan?
I'm not. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Still panting.
Yeah, bitchin'. Bitchin'. This is what this is.
Worst band in the world.
My favorite bands: Kiss,
Kiss.
0 Hour, Megadeth, Killswitch Engage, Old Shadows Fall, Iced Earth, Evergrey,
Old Flames.
yeah, Soilwork. List goes on and on, but
New Avenged Sevenfold.
old Avenged Sevenfold.
First two albums.
And Summer fucking Dying.
Oh,
yeah.
Stupid.
Oh man, check those guys out.
That's
They're
deep.
incredible.
Worst band ever. Especially their bass player.
Well, I agree. If you could meet one person that is not a musician, who would it be? Like a celebrity that's not a musician.
Is this one of Living Dead things? Living or Dead?
Do living and do dead.
Without a doubt, Craig Ferguson. Craig Ferguson from The Late Late Show is my hero. I don't know why. I just I would suggest anybody read his book American on Purpose. It really gives you a perspective of what other people that aren't from this country feel about this country and why we have it so good here. But yeah, I love him to death. He's fought against horrible alcohol addiction and you know, almost killing himself and stuff like that. I love the way he takes the high road on not picking on celebrities that are going through problems, you know, that are easy targets, like everybody else likes to, you know, talk shit when everybody breaks down, when they, you know, they need help, not for the world to turn on them. I just love his viewpoint on that, not picking on people that are, you know, already down, which is what most of the media likes to do, is pick on people that are weak. Yeah, but I love him to death. I would love to meet him. I'm hoping that he's retiring from his talk show, his late night show in December, and I'm hoping that somehow I'll be able to get out to Hollywood to watch him do his show before the end of the year. But yeah, and just anybody dead, that would be hard.
It's a lot of folks.
Yeah. It would probably either be Martin Luther King Jr. or Abraham Lincoln. Again, two of my heroes, all-time heroes. But I think it would be cool to sit down and talk to either one of those dudes for a while.
Yeah. What about you?
Myself, living, you know, I'm not even too sure. I'm not very, not to say I'm not interested, but it's, I don't know, I guess I just never really put too much thought into it. Come back to me. Go ahead.
All right.
Figure that one out.
I don't know off the top of my head who I'd like to meet, the dead person, but alive, Peyton Manning, hands down.
Yeah.
He's my hero. I was a 7-year-old Jerry Bryant watching Peyton Manning at the University of Tennessee, so he is my hero. Yeah, as far as dead celebrities, I don't think I have an answer. your opinion, has the best live show?
Oh.
Or if you can't, just name off a couple
question. Best live show. Slipknot has a really good live show as far as the theatrical performances.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody that's right on the tip of my tongue. Unearth puts on an incredible show live. Kiss, if we're going to go to the theatrical route. Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
I've seen him once, but it was pretty cool. That's pretty much it that I can think of.
Best bands I've ever seen live are In Flames before they got famous, Rage Against the Machine. Both of those bands are bands that I did not like when I seen them and was completely stunned by how good they were. There was another band, kind of Rage Against the Machine, like called 1 Minute Silence, that just blew me away. I've seen them a whole handful of times, and every time I seen them, they were better than the last. Seven Dust is one of the most consistently great bands I've ever seen. I've seen them probably 11 times or so. And then Megadeth, which I've seen Megadeth 19 times, and almost every time they've been stellar.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mine, Killswitch Engage, especially with Jesse returning. The time I saw Times of Grace, I almost was in tears about how incredible it was. Kiss. And then I'm not a fan of the band, but I saw Story of the Year a few years ago.
Yeah.
And those guys blew me away. I think it was at Mesa Amphitheater.
Well, I've seen
Probably Taste of Chaos, and they were just incredible.
I seen the band Sum 41
Yeah.
at Warped Tour back 12 years ago or something, and they were like that. I'd never heard of them. I didn't really like the music, but I couldn't walk away from watching them play. You know, they were so good.
And actually, I think As I Dying they were incredible on stage as well.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot
as far as the performance goes, I think the best vocalist I've seen live is by a little long shot, Matt Barlow.
Yeah,
Matt Barlow, perfect.
Spot on.
Yeah, for me, both Matt Barlow and Jesse Leach, incredible.
God, of course.
Keeping it real metal. This guy. Oh, Megadeth or Metallica? Megadeth. I didn't think we would talk about Megadeth this much.
I almost wore a Megadeth shirt, and I was like,
Well, see, that's the funny thing. You guys are so influenced by my styles of music because, you know, you got into music basically through me, or the metal music through me. And Megadeth has been my biggest influence my whole life, so Megadeth runs deep through these veins.
Yeah.
I think Countdown to Extinction and Myself both came out the same year.
Yeah.
So, 92.
Who are your favorite guitarists? I'll take this one first. Jason Tipton. Jason Tipton, Dave Mustaine, Chris Broderick, Andy LaRoque. Jesus, the list goes on and on. Gosh, there's so many. I know I'm forgetting a ton of them.
Yes. Chuck Schoen.
Yeah.
This is better probably as a group question.
Yeah.
Start naming off guys.
For me, my two favorite guitar players are Sean Lane. If you guys have never heard of Sean Lane, he's deceased. He died about 10 years ago. He was a friend of mine. But he was in Black Oak, Arkansas, and then he did like jazz fusion and stuff like that. He's the best guitarist you'll ever see. There's a lot of stuff with him on YouTube. Check him out. And then all this ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is going around. If you've never heard of Jason Becker, do yourself a favor and look up Jason Becker, because he's basically the best guitarist that ever lived, and ALS ripped his amazing gift away from him. So check him out.
Oh wow, I didn't know. That's what happened. That's crazy. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
There's another guy that was on my mind. Romeo. What's the guy's name? Symphony X.
Oh, Michael Romeo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That guy's incredibly gifted.
Yeah. Yeah. He's good. All right.
What inspires you?
What inspires me? That's a good question. It's a weird question too.
We're getting deep here on these.
Well, musically,
Yeah, black.
Behind the black table.
musically, other local bands inspire me. There's nothing that inspires me to want to play better, to get on stage, than to watch a good local band, and just want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So I think at kind of the superficial level of just wanting to play, other local bands completely inspire me. As far as what inspires my music, I've always been very, politically driven. I also write a lot about emotion, and if you've read any of my lyrics, obviously I write a lot about love and suicide and stuff like that. So
For example, check out Summer Dime.
but it's
Top notch.
a lot of it's not necessarily even like the act of suicide or anything like that. It's the actual breakdown of the human mind to get to the point of wanting to take your own life and stuff like that. It's terrifying, but it's fascinating. And I mean, not saying that I've never not been suicidal, but a lot of the stuff isn't, emo to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm crying out, I need to kill myself. But a lot of it's just trying to understand the mindset of it.
Yeah, for me, musically, mostly actually is this guy. This guy writes incredible stuff. He's a lot better than me.
It's a lot better than me.
But yeah, obviously, Jason Timpson.
Every answer to any question, Jason Timpson.
He doesn't watch this video and he's so mad. Those two, Kill Switch Engage. Outside of music, my fiance, she's very hardworking, and then our mother, raising three crazy, insane boys, pretty much by herself. She's one of the hardest working people, if not the hardest working person that I've ever met. So that would be my answer.
Whoa,
Yeah, go mama.
go on. In a musical sense, I really got into music because of you guys. You bought me my first bass and said,
And forced you into my band.
I can see it now.
What's your band's name?
What's your band's name? So that was the start there. As far as inspires me, a lot of the times it's, I'll take the deep route like Bob did. Music has always been kind of not necessarily a shield, but a way to express myself.
An outlet.
When I couldn't, definitely an outlet. When I couldn't find a different way to do so. And it really helped me grow, as you guys know, out of my shyness,
Yeah.
and be able to form relationships and conversations and stuff like that with people. And, that's inspirational
Yeah.
take on it. So.
Going back to music now, as far as completely on the subject, what are some of your favorite albums, Bob?
Self-titled Candlebox albums, my
Greatest
favorite album
album
of all time. To Operation Mindcrime. The first 3 Pearl Jam albums. Rest in Peace, Countdown to Extinction, and Euthanasia.
Cryptic Writings.
Yeah, overall that album is probably one of my favorite, but it does have some great songs on it. What else is there? Pretty much every Fates Warning album with Ray Elder.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's about enough.
What about you, Dave?
I like kind of you know the Euthanasia and
Yeah.
like that stuff. Awakening the Fallen. I probably play that album almost more than any other album I've ever owned from Avenged Sevenfold. Layers of Lies by Darkane. I really like that CD a lot.
How did I forget Rusted Angel?
Rusted Angel. Stabbing the Drama. Maybe not just Stabbing the Drama, but a lot of various Soilwork albums. Horror Show Dark Saga by Esther. That's the rap stuff pretty much. Right? House of God and King of
Yeah, I was gonna say Abigail. And yeah, just pretty much most of King Diamond's stuff.
Yeah.
Alive Just Breathing was one I forgot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Alive or Just Breathing by Killswitch. First Candlebox album is my favorite album of all time as well. Hot in the Shade by Kiss.
It's a great album.
Yeah. Hymn of a Broken Man by Times of Grace.
On Search of Truth by Evergrey.
Yeah, In Search of Truth by Evergrey. The Inner Circle by Evergrey. Recreation Day by Evergrey. Towers of Avarice by Zero Hour.
Absolutely.
Of One Blood by Shadows Fall. Yeah, both all 3 albums with Jesse Leach from Killswitch. Yeah.
You ever stood and stared at it, marveled at its beauty, its genius? Billions of people just living out their lives, oblivious.
Bring out the demon of the
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
Yes, I do. I do stuff and things. Stuff and things. I'm ready.
That's great. Dave?
No, I have a list of songs that I go through 4 or 5 hours before a show. Kind of wears out my voice and then stretches everything out and allows it to rest before I sing. David's done that list with me before several times.
That's also my pre-show given to me. Bestowed to me by Bob.
But then I do about a half hour stretches and stuff with my fingers and forearms and legs and stuff. And then the other one I do is I basically like just blow myself out with my bass playing before I go on stage. I take my bass and play as fast as I can, go through scales and riffs and little licks and stuff just super, super fast to get all the adrenaline jitter out. And that kind of protects me from... I used to break a lot of strings in the first song. I'd get to the end of the first song, my arms would hurt, I'd be out of breath.
Too amped up?
Too amped up, way too amped up. So I started doing that. And, I do it usually like the song before the last song the band before me plays. So it's like all the adrenaline has started to boil, inside. So I sit there and just, go through a bunch of stuff. And then by the time I get on stage and
Wait, how does it go again?
And then by the time I get on the stage and I'm ready to play, I've kind of settled my adrenaline down and it allows me to be more even keel going into the first couple of songs. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Like I said, other than warming up my voice and stuff like that, I don't know. Like I said, I'm really kind of mellow person. I'm not very explosive. So I don't know. Before I get on stage, I try to. Well, depends if I'm playing guitar or not. If I'm not playing guitar and I'm just singing, I'm just trying to bounce around to try to get hyped up and get my blood flowing and stuff like that. But if I am playing guitar or bass, I'll stretch out my fingers, stuff like that. Yeah. That's basically it.
Well, for me, I definitely sing along to some songs. No, I'm just kidding. I don't go anywhere near a microphone. I stretch out my fingers, run through the songs before we go on. And then, I guess it's a nerve thing, but I try to stay awake. I get super tired.
Oh, yeah.
I get yawning.
Yawn all the time. It always pisses me off. So I normally try to get Monster or 5 Energy or something in me, which is the complete opposite of what you do. But, I just warm up pretty much about 30 minutes before we go on or so. Try to stretch out and, get ready for the stage.
Listen to Eye of the Tiger.
Yep.
It's kind of a pre-show not ritual, but I make certain that I stay away from Chinese food before a show.
Didn't you puke?
Yeah, I actually almost puked on you guys.
Yeah, me and my buddy Stephen Carlson.
I was playing for my old band Lapis Irony, and I ate at this Chinese place, and we went on a little earlier than we thought we were supposed to, and I got up there and started headbanging, and it was at the sets. I felt it coming up, and I had to, unfortunately it came up. I had to swallow that shit back down or puke on my brother. I was like, never again will I eat Chinese food on the day that I have a show.
Honestly, you weren't singing that day.
Yeah, very luckily I wasn't singing.
How did you get started into music?
I was born. Really, that's kind of how it happened. I don't know. I just always remember there being music around. Mom always listened to stuff like the Scorpions and
Kiss, Alice Cooper,
stuff like that. I remember the Scorpions probably being my first favorite band when I was like 3 years old or something. And I was like 4 or 5 years old, maybe a little older, 5, 6 years old. And we'd put on stuff like Motley Crue and Bon Jovi on the radio, and we'd take like tennis rackets and stuff, and me and my friend Charlie would jump around. I had a king-size bed, and we'd jump around and act like it was a stage, and act like we were playing the songs.
That was stupid.
And
No.
and then I can't remember if I asked for a guitar or what, but eventually I got a guitar. I was like 6 years old, and it was like an Epiphone, one of the hummingbird guitars, and so yeah, that's kind of what I learned to play on. I do remember some kind of story about my dad not wanting to get it for me, saying that I would leave it out in the rain, and my mom being like, "That'll never happen." And then
what happened to the guitar?
I left it out in the rain. That's right. I left the guitar out in the rain. Got a real guitar. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into it. Then when our parents got divorced, me and Mom started going and seeing concerts and stuff like that, and just kind of cemented that that's what I wanted to do, and that's just what I've done.
Dave?
Like you said, born into it from you guys and Mom and Uncle Terry listening to Judas Priest and
Non-stop.
Banging his foot and smoking a cigarette with his headphones on.
Completely.
Rocking the house completely with foot.
Yeah.
Just that. I guess I always liked singing, didn't I?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you guys remember more than I would, but it's ironic. Even back then, I know I guess Mom had bought me some sort of play guitar or something. I remember jamming with Bubba, jamming with Bubba and stuff like that. I don't know. I know our grandparents were bluegrass musicians. I think it's just been in the family for years and years.
Yeah, same for me. My first concert was Def Leppard and Tesla. I was in my mama's belly.
In the womb.
Yep. There was that, and then me and this guy used to act like we were Kiss when we were little.
That was Peter Criss.
Yeah, he was Peter Criss. Nobody wants to be Peter Criss. But always wanted to be Paul Stanley. So, and then what really got me into music, I actually went to see The Haunted, Shadows Fall, and Damage Plan, which was actually the only time I got to see Dimebag Darrell before he died. But that night, me and my friend Steven Carlson decided to make a band after we saw Shadows Fall. So Shadows Fall was pretty much the main thing that pushed me completely into music. And then even before that, I remember you visiting from Michigan, and I remember you left me Something Wicked This Way Comes by Iced Earth, and I believe a King Diamond album.
Yeah.
That was Merciful Fate.
Merciful Fate. That's right. Yep.
Because I took that CD to heart. And I was Hall.
So yeah. So many different things, but mainly the Shadows Fall thing. The Shadows Fall concert. And this is completely off topic. I'll take this one first. Do you have any favorite YouTube channels? I asked this since this video was filmed on YouTube. But Philip DeFranco, XXE Phil, SourceFed, all those shows. Yeah. Do you have anything?
Yeah, too many. Vsauce, SourceFed Nerd, Variant Comics, Watch Mojo, Elliot Hulse, CP Fletcher, Hodge Twins.
Hodge Twins.
the Bryant brothers. It's mine, dear Sam.
I'm not involved in that for some reason.
Because you don't go to the gym with us. You gotta go to the gym with us to be involved in the workouts. Yeah, I think that's about it. I know I'm forgetting some.
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
I can't think of the name of the... Sasha with Hank Green. Yeah, mostly workout stuff comic stuff, and science stuff.
Yeah. You?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't get on online.
I really don't.
We'll
mainly for a long time, because once again I didn't have a cable set.
Yeah, that's a bad question for you.
Yeah.
Also like Jessica Negri's show.
Who's that?
Nothing. She's a cosplay. Jessica Negri.
Oh, okay.
What broken up local band would you like to see get back together?
Fresh Point.
Gabriel's bad.
Oh, you guys answer that so fast. I think I would say Fracture Point as well. There's a lot of them though. There's been some good bands. I like Xer a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fracture Point, Gabriel's bad.
Actually.
Nexer.
And
Dresden, but at least they're...
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Fracture Point get back together, or Ben from Fracture Point and a really good local band.
Do it, Ben.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do something.
I just miss seeing that guy on stage. He's so great. Such a great frontman.
Do you have any guilty pleasures?
Musically?
Anything, I don't know.
Musically, I have tons of guilty pleasures. I listen to all kinds of music that, most people look at me weird for listening to. Like, I like pretty much every project that Sonny Moore has ever done. Skrillex, Sonny Moore, from first to last. I like all that stuff. I know it's super horrible stuff, but I love it. Kelly Clarkson, again. I love American Idol, watching American Idol and that stuff. I know it's kind of seen as a guilty pleasure. I see so many people talking crap about that media marketing machine, but I like it. The Transformer movies. I don't know, pretty much it.
What you got?
My Chemical Romance. I mean, I listen to pretty much anything musical.
Yeah.
Guilty pleasures. I don't really know.
He likes Asians.
Asians are cool. Yeah.
Got nothing.
I eat a lot. I eat a lot of food. I don't know.
Not me though.
Not you. Not you. Biscuits and gravy. Probably my guiltiest pleasure. I don't know.
There you go.
I like to say that I'm a healthy guy.
Not so much, huh? Yeah.
Drink occasionally. I don't know.
Would wrestling be considered a guilty pleasure?
In some circles.
Yeah, because it's not
necessary.
it's not cool like it
So,
used to be.
taboo.
But I still watch it
Yeah, a lot of people
every
think
Monday.
it's dumb. They're like, you know, it's fake, right? It's like,
But at least I have Dylan from Viviside on my side, and these guys.
woo.
And Katy Perry. So, some people say that I listen to her a little bit here and there. So, yeah. Anyways. This guy. I'm going to see her twice in September. Anyways, what was your favorite concert that you ever played?
Oh, that I ever played? Shoot, it's a hard one. I don't look so.
Milwaukee.
Maybe the very first time Summertime played Milwaukee Metal Fest. It was our first real show. We played one show before that. There was an invite-only thing in our friend Keith's backyard. We invited like 30 people to see it to make sure we were actually ready to play. And the next weekend we played in Milwaukee Metal Fest in front of, 15,000 people or whatever. We had printed up 500 CDs in search of a vocalist, but we had actually found a vocalist before we went to do that. So I had sang on that CD, so real quickly the week before we switched out all the tracks, and Carrie, who ended up singing for us, sang over those 3 tracks, and we pressed all those CDs. We were like sitting in our hotel room the night before, writing all the song tracks and stuff on the CDs, the website address and everything. And it took us about 15 seconds to give away 500 CDs after we played.
That was awesome.
There were a bunch of write-ups on it. They booked us instantly for the next year's Metal Fest. So that was like a really, really big highlight. But there's so many. Another one, just real quick, I won't get into a lot of them, but like we did the James Murphy benefit concert. It was in Indianapolis. It wasn't a really good show. But what was so cool about it was James Murphy really wanted to see us, and we got pushed on a little early, and he had went to lunch. And when he came back, as we were playing our last song, and we had already started breaking down everything, and he had us set back up and play 2 more songs, and everybody was mad about it. Like the venue security and sound guys and everything, because it threw the whole show out of whack. But he was like, this is my show.
Right.
I want to see these guys play, so I want them to play. So that was cool just because he liked us so much. And, out of that, I got a reference to Shannon Hamm, who played for Death, to possibly do the Control Denied CD if Steve DiGiorgio wasn't going to do it, after Chuck died, which that still isn't out, so obviously that didn't happen, but, it was a really cool show it was a really cool interaction. It was just something that was, imprinted on my mind forever.
Me, most definitely the most fun I've ever had playing a show was the R Kicks, essentially.
The pirate shows we used to do.
I think we went on
Those were awesome shows.
second or third, especially the first year was much more fun than at the G Spot.
Yeah, the
set
town.
the G Spot.
Yeah, the set show was amazing.
But yeah, it was really cool. We got all costumed up before it. And Kim did the stage really nice with the drapes and red drapes and everything like that. You remember?
Yep, and I probably spent about $600 on stage props.
Yeah. I think I either didn't have a job or
Probably working at Adobe. For me, hands down, opening up for Evergrey was by far my favorite. Getting to open up for Tommy Glond and those guys was a dream come true for me. It was
awesome.
True.
It was awesome, and they headlined, so they played for like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And it was, oh man, every second of that was incredible.
From
And we have time for one more question before we wrap this up. If you could set up a dream show with our band Wrath Upon Eden, what bands would you want to be on it? Should I go with Dave first?
Yeah, Dave can go first. I've stolen a lot of questions, so.
Give us like 4 or 5 bands, I guess.
4 or 5 bands just out of personal.
Yeah,
personal.
Doesn't even matter.
reference.
Yeah, just
Wrath Upon Eden, Blind Guardian, Cannibal Corpse, Catatonia,
It shows everywhere.
Ice to Earth.
so is there.
It's my show. And 0 Hour.
Yeah.
0 Hour. It's a dream show.
Yeah, dream show.
Troy can still play in my dreams.
Yeah.
For me, I guess it'd probably be Darkane. Darkane, Nevermore. Cannibal Corpse, Killswitch Engage. Us, of course. Bless you.
Bless you, sir.
Excuse me.
Bless you again.
Okay on.
Megadeth. Marty Freeman, David Ellison, Nick Benzo lineup, Megadeth. This is my dream show. I'm choosing their lineups for them. Yeah.
Mine would be with Evergrey again. 0 Hour, of course. Kiss. Megadeth. And Death.
Ooh.
Death, yes.
Death Carcass at the Gates.
Death Carcass and at the Gates. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, add the Gates on that.
At the Gates. I think there's so many different times that we could have mentioned At the Gates, and I think it just slipped up.
At the Gates goes into everything. Yeah,
All
Slaughter
the
the Soul.
albums, songs,
Yeah,
vocalists,
basically just completely
influences.
overlooked.
This was not planned.
That's right off the top of my head. But yeah, definitely At the Gates is in there.
If there was a dream show with Carcass at the Gates of Death, I don't even think I'd want to play it. Too fucking good. It's too good. Yeah, I just want to sit back and just.
We'd be
I would
cutting
just
into
be in
the
awe
time.
the whole
Yeah,
time.
we'd be cutting into the time for 3 bands.
Can we just not play and have them each?
Can they just play to us?
Yeah, right.
We'll just
Oh, that'd be awesome.
We'll just sit in the front row, just us, and watch those 3 bands play, and they'll take our request.
Right. Oh, add Ice to Earth and Killswitch Engage in mine. Any parting words, David, to the fans out there, or the people that have watching the show?
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for having me.
Yes. David will be in the 5th interview, I believe.
I'll be around. You'll see me.
You'll see
I'll
him at
sound like
times.
this. I'll probably still have short hair. I'm the guy. I'm the one with no hair.
Where did we go wrong?
Wrath Upon Eden's writing some new music. I mean, I'm writing some music.
This is
we are. This is news to all, including them. We just need a drummer. So
Yeah.
if anybody wants to play for us, we've got a handful of pretty solid songs that are pretty much ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Just missing that key piece. That's it. Again, thanks for watching. Stuff. Yeah.
I am Groot. I went to Guardians of the Galaxy yesterday. Says it all. But yeah, we are looking for a drum. Okay. Would love to get back into the local scene. We're trying to do some real good with connecting the local scene to the fans with the azmetalunites. So yeah, stay tuned. Watch these interviews. Send us request bands and stuff that you would like to see on here. questions you would like to hear answered by your favorite local bands and stuff like that.
For sure, because I hate trying to come up with these things.
And yeah, that's about it. Please share our stuff and yeah, let us know what you think.
Woot. Word. The Cassie interview, she's from the singer of Frequous, will be up Monday. So come back and check that out. And I hope you enjoyed the interview and all of the bands included in the interview. Share this and like our page. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Word.